was just down showing me a video. A dude, like one of us, citizen, pulled over a cop because he was in an unmarked squad car. We have those all over here. Evidently the laws are a little bit different in Washington State. It is illegal for the police or law enforcement to have unmarked vehicles. And actually, honestly, it makes a lot of sense, because there's actually been abductions and rapes and murders by people pulling people over with cars that had flashing lights on it impersonating a police officer. Well, it's a lot harder to fake a squad car as opposed to just throwing some red lights in the grill of an existing car. So in the video, he reads the cop the riot act. Sounds like a cop pulling over one of us. Demands to see his identification and informs them what the law is. And they should uphold the same laws that we are expected. If they have a law, I just thought it was an interesting video to see, someone read the riot act to the cop, and the cop was in the wrong, obviously. Oh, guys that are having an allergy attack, so sorry about that. Guys that are friends with me on Facebook, or Disgracebook, more to the case. I was at Walmart a little while ago, and I actually thought I might have died and gone to heaven. Bacon jerky. I'm sure it's a lot like whatever's in this from Johnnie, the tactical bacon. Kind of want to open it just to try it. On the other hand, never know when you might get marooned down in the basement, and you're in the middle of a brew review and you're hungry and you just can't get upstairs, and you might need some tactical bacon. But teriyaki ginger seasoned is in the refrigerated section. It's pretty high in sodium, which that's the latest thing in the house with Christine, and the thyroid thing is cut way back on sodium. No, I don't think this is rude at all. You sit and watch me drink a beer. Why can't I eat some bacon? You know what I'm saying? What is with us guys and bacon? I just don't know. I know if Dairy Queen offered a sundae covered in bacon, we'd buy it. Okay, we're looking at some buffalo butt today by Rahr and Sons. What did we learn yesterday? It's an amber lager and not much else. Don't know the alcohol percent, IBUs, or its born on date. But since how it was from Johnnie Watson, I'm sure it's good. Maybe I should just, I know Chuck would be happy with this, I'll just step down and hand all the responsibilities of the brew reviews over to Shelby. Haven't used it too much, so I'm going to use the saucer section of the Enterprise, and we'll all be surprised by what sound it makes. Redocking. There we go. Because the thing is right in the middle of the saucer section, it's a little harder to keep the cap from going flying, but okay, here we go. Oh, and Alex, Travis, Nihap, Heffy, Big J, Ray, Ed, probably Pre-Dawn Death, whoever was all on last night. I didn't make it again. Actually, it wasn't that I went to bed extremely early. I didn't. I just spent the evening with Christine. We took her out to dinner, and then I know I'm supposed to be watching Breaking Bad. So many people have said you've got to watch it, but Chris was finding it extremely boring. Granted, we're only 3 episodes in, and my oldest daughter, Lily, was doing some, popped up on Netflix, show called The Blacklist with James Spader. Oh my God. I'm actually like, if you watch one episode, you watch like 4 of them in a row. I love the fact that it's, now is it plausible or believable? No, maybe. But the pace that it goes. I mean, the pilot episode, I've actually seen a TV series stretched out over something like 12 episodes to cover what this one covered in just one episode, and they're like all like that. So if you're a big fan of something like I don't know, I suppose sort of like 24, that kind of action, espionage, and all that kind of shit. He used to be a good guy, and then he was a spook, and then started making big bucks off of playing for whoever was the highest bidder, and then he turns himself in to work with a girl who, I don't want to give shit away, but if you don't figure out early on that, pretty sure that she's the daughter, and starts working with her, and of course it's all to make life better for him. The blacklist is a list of people that he's going to help them get. And most of the time he kills them before they can actually capture them. But I don't know. He's a bad guy, but you absolutely like him. And we all wish there was a side of us that could serve some justice to the people that most deserve it. Right, Chuck? There was carbonation, but kind of burnt off kind of fast. Even with my my allergy thing going on right now, it's got that caramel kind of smell, and then it's got the not so good part, but couldn't really tell you what that is other than it's not so good. So okay, this is a buffalo butt. Then again, one of my favorite beers is Moose Drool, so if you're gonna drink the drool, I guess you could the butt, not to pick on anybody, crafting beers at Rahr and Sons, but you guys are like right there. Like, your beers are all okay. So what does it take to go from okay to over the top? Is it the amount of money you invest in the equipment? Is it the ingredients that you use? Is it how you mix the stuff together? I mean, these are all questions I ask. I mean, shit, I've been so busy I haven't even had the opportunity to do either of my 2 brews, and I've been nudged along by more than one person, with probably the most help coming from JR10 doing a video on exactly how to do it. You get kind of a little bit of almost a hoppiness up front that burns away really fast. Then there's kind of a little bit of a dry spot. You are getting a little bit of a caramel sweetness. Questionable area where you're wondering if it's all going to go south and you're not going to like it at all. And then it just all ends on a really kind of just a smooth, kind of a bready. There's a little bit of a flavor in there. I'm not 100% sure what it is. It's not terrible at the end, but like I said, that moment leading up to it, you're like going, this is probably not gonna be good. Oh, I guess that all went away, no big deal. And then you get the the bread-like sweetness, smooth finish. Alcohol, something like a small craft brewery like this. Most of the stuff most of the stuff is probably going to come in at 5 or higher. So I'd say it's around 5. I'm not noticing any yet. I'm just taking an on average guess. Is it drinkable? Yeah. Would I get this one again? No. You know, if it was, dirt cheap sitting next to a domestic for the same price, yeah, why not? It's got more flavor than a Pilsner or something like that, obviously. But again, it just seems like everything from them is just like, if you picked up the game, you could really turn some of this stuff into some spectacular stuff, but it's, maybe my guess is the difference between the really high-end stuff is probably the amount of time it takes to produce it, and the size of the batches. Probably turn out much more of this. Again, I don't have the foggiest clue. I just know I like bacon. I'm just, debating on what we should look at next before we're getting close enough that I'm gonna do that one tomorrow. Buffalo Butt from Rahr and Sons. Where would I put it on the E scale? It's okay. It's not. There's no dress puffing up or anything like that happening right here. So I'd give it a 5 on the old E scale, and I guess at hovering somewhere around 5%. Tomorrow, a little something NIHAP sent me a while back. It's a Monday, so why not head right into 32 ounces of Saranac pumpkin ale. I mean, anything that comes in a jug has got to be good, right? Looks like I can't tell you much about this either. Please recycle. This is out of New York. And there isn't much information other than the typical government warning. So let's do a little pumpkin ale tomorrow. That's so big, doesn't even fit in the on deck circle. I don't know. I feel that there really is no new news or anything like that. Maybe just fast we'll throw in a tribute to Jerry. I think Woodwalker. I think you, sir, Jerry, had was a birthday yesterday, so it'd be a happy birthday to you. I know my good friend Steve. Some of you guys met him at the shoot. He was actually to come up to run the barbecue and give Christine's dad a hand with the food, and that worked out well. But I'm thinking the other Jerry. And let's just take a fast look at some Bud Light in a limited edition can. This is a superior drinkability 16 fluid ounces. What else can I tell you? Alcohol percent on this is probably 4.5 or something. I don't even know. It's a pry-off. Awesome deal. Yeah, Bud Light. Let's take a look at some Bud Light in the aluminum limited edition can with a tribute to little Jerry and maybe a happy birthday to the other Jerry. What do we want to use for this? Wow. Well, Ray would set us up with probably the most appropriate opener for this particular beer. Made it. I don't know, when you're, do we go from the can, or do we pour it? I'm not even sure at this moment in time how we're supposed to handle this. I personally, and yes, this has been a debate more than once, beer, is it an in your brain thing, or I personally believe that all beer should come from a bottle. Now, there is the side of the argument for the can which says sunlight, light in general, is damaging to the quality of beer, and when it's in a can, you're not going to get any light. But almost everything I've ever had that was in a can somewhere, the other version in the bottle was much better. Case in point, the biggest one that I've noticed is my favorite brown ale, Moose Drool. It's like two different beers between the bottle and the can. On the other hand, 1050, it's like a religious experience, and as far as I know, they only put their stuff in cans. As far as I know, I've never seen it in anything but. So, if you transfer it from a can into a glass, does that change things? Or is it all in our minds? Sometimes you just gotta like the way things turn out, and when someone significant to you, like say Christine is to me, I had made the comment that I wanted to put some Butler flip-up caps on the Crossfire that's sitting on the AR Overkill project, because all I've ever had is the little plastic bra that came with the scope. And I was told, if you're going to go to Gander Mountain today and look for flip-ups for your scope, you will not come out of there unless you get a set for the scope that's on my AR. So there it is. Butler Creek flip-ups. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It actually had a set on there, but it was I don't know, a no-name brand that probably came with the scope, and the pin walked out of the cap, and the little flippy thing no longer stayed in there, and she was very concerned that there would be any damage to her optics. So, hey, I'm okay with that. How many of you guys wish your significant other was as passionately involved in some of your hobbies as you are? Sure makes life a lot easier around here. How many of you guys walk out of the bathroom with nothing but a towel and a pistol? Gotta have the towel holster. Okay, Bud Light. Well, other than the fact that it's lacking in flavor, which is bringing down my encouragement to drink more of it. I don't know, I just never understood the whole light beer thing, you know. If it's what you indulge in, that's fine. You know, I know, say Tardisius and your Coors Light, which that wasn't that bad. I don't know. All of a sudden, a Buffalo Butt sure is seeming a lot better. But this is a cheers to Jerry. Blue Thunder. I mean, the Lone Patriot. Seriously. It's not that it's terrible. I mean, it doesn't really have much smell. It doesn't really have any taste. It's kind of like flavored water. Well, of the domestic stuff that I have reviewed, I guess I'd put Bud Light seriously on like a 3. I mean, even putting it in the category of shit domestic beer, it's just has absolutely no flavor at all. And I suppose I'll to figure out a place to maybe save it because it's got the Irish theme going. You know, I've got these. Yeah, it's been back there a while. This was from my good friend Ray, STL Ray Edwards. Sent me a bunch of these. And I was like, wow, you know, that's like 2011 World Series champion. Well, shows how long I've had them, huh? And I was like, it was like the debate. Do you open it and drink it? I don't know. Really brought the value down. I'm sure by drinking them. But I have a couple of these that I've saved. Maybe I'll put the Shamrock one back there with it. Oh, that I've already thrown the. Oh, I see where the cap is. Okay, well, there you go. Kind of a twofer. Yeah. There is no reason that I can think of to actually ever purchase that. You know, the craft beers have really, really destroyed it for the domestic stuff. And talking to Hasman today, and absolutely right. Probably the one that I would say right now I'm probably the biggest beer slut for is the Imperial Stouts, or like the old Russian Imperial Stout there. That the good, the bad, and the Unidragon. That was awesome. Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Got the old maple tree has finally given up the ghost on the leaves, and its front yard looks a little ridiculous. And more than half of that tree, depending on the windfall. Remember last year, 90% of all the leaves that fell from that tree fell in my neighbor's yard. He was just like, "When do you want to have a little raking party?" And I'm like, "Nothing in my yard." No, I helped. So I'll be doing a little yard cleanup tomorrow, but hopefully we'll see you tomorrow and we'll take a look at the Saranac Pumpkin Ale. So cheers, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.